Okay. All right, we're all set. Okay. So I guess we'll start the meeting. It's 7:08. And I don't see that anybody is here for open forum.
Open
Nobody's
discussion.
here. Nope. No one present. Okay, did you guys all see the minutes from the last meeting?
Yeah,
Yep.
And you guys are good with them?
it's good
Yep.
for mine.
Second it.
Okay. Moving right along. All right, so I would have sent you guys a budget report too, except I could not figure out how to print it out the way that the finance department did the last 2 months. So I will figure that out and I will forward that on to you guys. But I don't have that for you tonight.
Okay.
Okay, so I have it's a pretty small director's report. Let's see. The big news is that tomorrow Public Works starts digging down at River Road and we start with the light install.
Nice.
That'd be great.
They have locations. Did we mark locations or?
Yes, Joe met Troy down at River Road, and I were down there this week, and Joe and Troy marked out the whole area. Joe drew out a map for Troy, and we should be good to go.
Good.
Yep. So, and of course, this week it looks like Friday we may get a little bit of snow. Hopefully we don't, but it looks like the rest of the week should be okay and not too wet for them. So we'll see how much they can get done this week. So depending on weather, Troy said he's not sure. It should take somewhere around 2 weeks. I added in a third week. We'll just see what happens with weather.
PR hit. If Mookie Betts just said, I don't want to be here at all, not giving up the contract that.
How many are there? How many lights are there?
So there's 4 for the basketball court, 1 light for the flagpole, 2 for the volleyball court, and 1 for the playground. So they've got a trench, dig all the trenches. The cement bases are going to be delivered tomorrow morning for the light poles. So we should be good. Joe was able to get the bases from Jolly Precast. I think they're out in Putnam or
Putnam, yeah.
yeah. So we should have everything tomorrow. So I'll be sure to take pictures and send them to you guys as we progress. But it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, good.
It is.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
I actually saw somebody doing, now that we're changing it over to pickleball, I saw somebody playing pickup volleyball down there. It was a whole bunch of them.
Really? When? It wasn't tonight. I was down there.
Last week there was, maybe over the weekend, there was a whole bunch of people. Probably had to be 20 people playing volleyball.
Wow.
Really?
So I've been trying to have pickup volleyball down there every Monday in the month of October. So from 5 to 7, I go down there, and I've gotten 2 people to show up. That's it.
Yeah, I don't remember what day it was, but.
Well, I'm glad people are going down there.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Well, hopefully they don't get used to playing volleyball when we turn it into pickleball.
I know. Well, we'll see. All right, what else? Okay, so at our last meeting, we talked about turf on the soccer field. So the company that we ordered our playscape from and the swing set and the outdoor fitness equipment, they also work with contractors on turf fields. So I met a gentleman down there today to measure the field and give us, well, he's going to work on a quote for us. But he said it's about $6 to $8 per square foot. And Bill, a soccer field, like a FIFA soccer field, is 365 feet long by 225 wide. that sound right?
Is that feet?
Yes, feet.
How does that equate to yards? I have no idea by feet.
Okay,
I'm
I
all-
don't.
Divide by
I-
3.
Yeah,
100
divide.
by-
Yeah, could someone do the math for me, please?
Like 100 by 75, something like
All
that.
right, 100. Yeah, 100 by 75. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely minimum 100. Yep.
What's the
Okay.
dimension, Maureen, what's the dimension again?
365 feet long by 225 feet wide.
That's 121 feet long, 121 yards long.
Yeah, you want it to at least be 120 yards long. That's correct. Yep. And how wide is that, please?
And what's the width again?
225.
225.
What is it?
Like 70.
225.
75 yards.
How many yards?
75?
Oh, yeah,
75.
75. Yep. And he said that would fit in there, in that area?
Yeah, he said the length we had plenty of space for. He said the width it's going to be tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I could see that.
So we'll see. But and that was for a full size soccer field. And I know we
Right.
talked about the last time trying to turf as much space as we possibly could. So it just depends on how much turf we want to put down.
Was that like 64 grand?
Are you serious?
No.
No
It's
way. We're talking hundreds of thousands.
No,
600.
yeah.
It'd be 640 then. 640,000.
There you go. Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
400. It's 400
Yeah,
by
about-
200. That's 400 by 200. That's
And that's just for the field. It doesn't include drainage and fencing and all that other extra stuff,
No.
lining of the field.
Well, the fencing, we didn't
Okay.
talk about fencing, but he said that it's everything. That includes everything.
What's
So-
not fencing?
He didn't mention fencing,
Probably not. Yeah, probably not.
but it was everything else, all the labor and everything to install the field. Hey, Joe.
Water drainage
Yeah.
too. Drainage.
Drainage as well.
So
he
$8 a foot.
Yeah, he said it would probably be about 700, but I don't have it yet. So I don't have the quote yet, but he'll get it to us.
Do we have that in our fund balance?
Almost. One more little
Just add a couple
fundraiser, we
zeros.
should be all set.
That's a lot of Zumba classes.
Yeah. So Joe, hey Joe, how are you?
I'm good. How you guys?
Good. So
What are you in
I was-
Vermont or what?
No, we just came home a little bit ago. I'm home. I'm in Willington. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you.
Yeah.
So Joe, I was just telling them that I met somebody down at River Road today to get a quote for a turf field.
Is that what the Zumba lessons are about?
Yeah, we need to add a couple more.
Yeah, a couple million. Did they give you? Are you going to get a quote?
Yes. Yeah. So he measured the field. He said it's approximately $6 to $8 per square foot. So around 700.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for how many years?
I don't know.
That's a question
And
you wanna
Bill, he also said I guess the size of the turf, it
Yep.
depends on what kind of field we want to get. And I thought
Yep.
we had talked about doing an all-purpose field and not just specifically a soccer field
Yeah, totally
in
do
case-
that. Yeah.
in case we had other sports on there. So that will affect things a little bit too.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, you have to do that if you're going to do it,
okay. So we'll see. I'll forward the quote to you guys as soon as I get it. But so we were kind of right on. I think in our last meeting, somebody had said they thought it was going to be 500,000, and then somebody else said $1 million. So
I said $1 million. Yeah.
yeah. So we're right in the middle. So we'll see.
You never know. The state or somebody could come up with a grant. Could happen.
Yeah, you know what I heard too with NEU? They got a grant. That was part of a grant that they got. Because I was wondering where they got all the money from. I don't know what grant, but I did hear from talking to some coaches that they did get a grant. So it's out. There's money out there for that type of stuff too.
Right. So we'll see. It's something we can look at. Okay, Joe, so Troy is going to be down at River Road first thing tomorrow morning, and they start digging tomorrow.
Yeah, the bases will get there, she said, at 8 o'clock, and all the pipe and fittings will be there by 8 o'clock. So he's good. He's all set.
Okay,
He doesn't need,
so, no. So the weather looks like it's going to be good for the next few days. It's not going to be raining. It looks like Friday will be our first rain, possible snow on that day, but DPW doesn't work this Friday, so
okay.
they should get 3 good days in.
That's enough. I think that'll do it.
Yeah,
Especially the way we laid it out. There's a lot less trenching.
right.
Does he have to run any fresh PVC under the ground?
Yeah, we did decide to use some around the back by center field. So hit that side of the basketball court and the volleyball court from like the flagpole. There's a box at the flagpole. So just a couple trenches there. And then the side where the driveway is, you know, he's got maybe 600 feet of trench in there, maybe 500 by the time you're all done.
How deep? 18?
He's probably going to go 2 feet. I told him to go 2 feet.
If he can get down that far.
Yeah. I think if you can get 18, you can get 2 feet. That's why he's got the excavator, I think, so he could pull up any of those big chunks of concrete if they're in there.
Yeah,
If that happens, that's going to be a Knigget mare. That's a nice
little bit of have to bring in some material to fill.
Yeah, so tomorrow will be telltale. We'll find out.
Right.
And the bases from Jolly, they never gave me a price. They just put it together 3 years ago when we did the bases for the parking lot?
Yeah,
2 years,
probably.
maybe 2.5. So those were like $380. I think these
Okay.
are $430. It was $3,010 for the whole thing delivered.
For the
So I
basin.
paid for it today, and I'll send you guys a bill.
Okay. Okay, great. Okay. So that's it. So anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on that, and they'll start tomorrow. Let's see. So programs. So again, so back to volleyball. So tonight was our last pickup volleyball night. We just tried it for the month of October, but like I said, we only had 2 people show up to play. I was hoping to get a few more people, but not a lot of interest.
That's too
So
bad.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was the night. Maybe it's a Monday night. I don't know. But I know there was a couple people who said they were going to come, that they really wanted to come down to play, and they didn't. So I'll try it again, though. I'm not gonna. We'll keep trying.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, just at least to get people out, something to do for them.
I bet next spring when you got lights out there, you'll get a crowd.
Yeah, maybe. So we just had our projects in the park again this past Thursday night. Instead of having it at the park, we held it at the firehouse because it was too cold to have it outside. And that went really well. It was a full class of 10. They all had a great time, and they'd like to do it again. So I am going to send a letter to the firehouse asking them if I can use it again and for other programming. And we'll see what they say.
Cool.
Yeah. We're trying it's called Followween. It's an outdoor yard decorating contest. So we're asking residents, we asked them to register their homes and to decorate their houses however they wanted in their front yards. And we're going to give away prizes, Wellington Pizza, gift certificates to Wellington Pizza. So I asked everybody at the town office building if they'd like to be a part of the judging committee. So there's a few of us that are going to go around looking at the homes that are registered. I think we've got 12 houses. And then we will announce the winners either later this week or next Monday. So it should be,
Take some
should be fun.
pictures. Take some pictures of those, put them on something. We have a website, don't we?
Yep. So I told them that I would take pictures of every house and post them on Facebook. So, and I'll put them in the next Wellington Wire as well.
Good.
Yeah, should be fun. And I'll try to do something. I'm going to try to do some sort of community-wide event every month throughout the winter, just to keep people active and, you know, doing something. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. But I'm going to try to do something at least once a month.
Good.
Let's see. Yoga in the park. We just had our last outdoor class on Friday. That went really well too. We're still hoping to get into the library. I'm working with our yoga instructor. I know some of the people that have taken the class do not want to have class indoors. So I don't know what participation will be once we do move indoors. So we still have to measure. Well, I measured the space. We can't fit a lot of people in there, but I want to see how it's going to be again. I told you guys when we start videotaping. So our yoga instructor had been sick and then she hurt her back. So we weren't able to meet as we had planned. So we're hoping to do that this week. And then we'll try to hold some, we'll see what the interest is for indoor yoga classes. We tried fitness classes down at River Road, holding them outdoors, and we did not get any interest at all. So, pickleball. So we've been down, we've been playing on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays, I typically only have like 2 people. 3 people. On Fridays, this past Friday, I think we had 7 people down there playing, and they are rounding up more people to come this Friday. I don't know if we're going to be able to play, though. It's supposed to snow, but we'll see. So that's picking up a little bit. When I see people walking on the track, I call them over. So
Pull them in to play pickleball.
I do.
How did it work out on the basketball court?
Oh, it's great.
It is.
It's really good.
That's good.
So I was afraid without a fence around the court that we would just be chasing balls all over the place. But as soon as it hits the grass, the ball stops.
It's perfect.
Yeah, so it bounces well on the court. The wind really doesn't seem to affect it too much either. So they're having a good time.
That's cool.
People are having fun. So so then they had asked when it ended, and I told them that it was going to end next week, and they were like, "What?" So, you know, I said I'll continue it on as long as we can. If we can play, if it's warm enough, and you know, if it's not pouring, I don't care. I mean, we can play if it's 40 degrees outside, right?
Yeah.
So I said we'll continue it. So at least that is, people are having fun with that. So we'll see how many more people we can get. And possibly, you know, maybe holding some, you know, every once in a while on a Saturday or on a Sunday. Or once we have lights, then maybe we can play it at night too. And we would get back some of the other people that used to play all the time. All those people, they work full time, so they're not able to get down there in the morning to play. So
you're going to have a hard time once you have lights and you got kids that want to play hoops and adults that want to play pickleball.
Yeah.
That's a good problem to have.
It's a good problem.
Is the pickleball court in the center, or is it on one side or the other?
It's in the center.
Oh.
So, I mean, if we just had to reserve it, even if it's, I mean, I wouldn't do it every night of the week, but even if it's once or twice a week for an hour and a half, we can deal with that.
Yeah, just post it, and
yeah,
you know, people get used to the fact that that's what you're doing, and we got to share the property. It's fine.
Right. And they can wait, you know, they can hang out with, you know, waiting for pickleball to finish, or maybe they'll start playing too. I don't know. So it's definitely a fun sport. So, and we finished our last self-defense class. That was also, it was outdoors down at River Road. So we held our last class. 2 weeks ago. So I will probably try to offer that again in the spring, I hope. Wellington Wire, the next edition is due out. I'll send it out at the beginning of January. So articles are due at the beginning of December. So I'll be working on that. That's all I've got. That's it.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
interested to see what happens at River Road tomorrow.
Me too.
You gonna go down there and check it out?
Oh, yeah. I'll be down there first thing.
Yeah, shoot me a picture.
I will. I'll send all you guys pictures.
Cool.
So I did send out a notice today. I put it on Facebook and I sent out a public notice just making people aware that Public Works is going to be down there, every day, just to be aware from, it may disturb their activities from 7:30 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and just to stay clear of the trucks. But it'll be a disruption, I think, because they're going to be near the walking track but
There's gonna be
And
there's a lot of vehicles around there. You don't want to crush any runners.
yeah, yes. So what did you say, Mike?
let's hope nobody falls in.
I know. So, and Jim Rupert too, he said that he is working from home this week, so he can easily get down there to check out what they've done. So that was good. So
Awesome.
that shouldn't be an issue either.
Those bases are pretty tall. I think they're 5.5 feet tall, at least
Oof.
5. They're big.
They're gonna hit water.
But they'll be a foot out of the ground, I bet, Mikey.
Yeah, the other ones are too. The parking lot
They're
lights
gonna
are
hit-
too, Joe.
Some
They're
are,
gonna-
some are, yeah.
They're gonna hit water though. Those holes are gonna fill up.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's gonna be a little tricky digging it out. It's gonna be like soup. It's gonna flow out of the bucket. We'll see. Hopefully it won't, but
Are we gonna have the lights go on till midnight? Is that how that's gonna work?
11, I
If-
think
if
we
people
decided.
want 'em on.
That public meeting, we said 11 o'clock. I think that's what everybody agreed on.
Okay.
There was pushback,
It's fine.
but let's get the lights up first and see if we can make something good happen. We don't want any ne'er-do-wells hanging out there selling drugs and using the public toilet.
I
I am
So, yeah.
excited to see that lit up.
can't wait. I
know.
really can't wait. So I will send all you guys pictures and keep you updated. I'll text everybody.
And
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that my guy had the light poles. He doesn't. So I told him to order them, and he thinks 4 to 6 weeks. But if he gets them, I think we may be better off trying to get it put together before snow and winter than trying to
I
do
do.
it in the spring, so that come spring, it's ready to go.
Right.
So I'll try my hardest. Let's see what we can do.
All right.
Is there-
Yeah,
there-
I'd
there
love
were-
them to be done and lit as soon as we possibly could.
is there work for you, Joe? You gotta do something, right?
What do you mean?
You gotta pull wires or is,
Yeah. So pulling the wires, probably a couple of guys a day and a half, and then putting up the poles. None of it's real hard. And then there's work at the board, time clocking some buttons. None of it's hard. It's just, a little time consuming.
where are we putting that board? On the panel?
Yeah,
That's
on your board. Just like kind of to the left of the panel, there's a little bit of space there. So 1 time clock, 3 push buttons.
So people will have to figure out where the switch actually is eventually.
Yeah, they will. We'll just mark them each one. And then for the flagpole, I'll just put a photocell on it, right? So it's always on when it's dark.
Right.
And I think we'll just do one of those lights that attaches to the flagpole and aims up.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably the best. That's gonna be the easiest one. There's a ground box right there. So
Yeah, there is.
Troy and I decided all those ground boxes have 2.5-inch conduits. So we'll never use both of them if we end up with pole lights for the baseball field. So we're just going to use one of those conduits, and we'll have an empty one for the future pole lights.
Good.
Yeah,
Okay, that's great.
and it saves a ton of digging.
Right,
Pipes in the ground, we might as well use it.
right. So when I've been at the park and I've, told people, about the lights going in, the majority of the people have asked if we were going to light the walking track. And I said, be patient, be patient. This is step one. And
Well,
they're excited that that's what they want to see next. They definitely want to see that park, that track get lit.
Okay. That's a project.
Well, maybe, like the ones they have in Stafford on Main Street, they look like old timey
Yeah.
little
Those are
green.
expensive though, Mikey.
They are.
Yeah. But it's all right. But if
Because they
you
look
think
good.
about it, you've got a conduit over by the well. You got another one over by home plate. So, we're not that far away with conduit in the ground if we want to do that. And you really, is the walking path lit up a little bit from the parking lot lights?
It would have to be.
Yeah, I think the section that whole strip that's right by the guardrails, you can see on there in the dark,
So maybe it's
From
kind of
the
just
parking
the
lot
back
lights.
half. Just do the back half.
just
Yeah,
the back
that's what-
half.
I was gonna say, maybe the lights that we're putting in now will be just enough to at least illuminate it so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's not like you're running an obstacle course. It's a flat track, so
Right.
Not dangerous. Should we put that on a CIP as a, that we don't have that really as a project to light the
No,
walking
we
path.
don't. We don't
really-
yet.
You really think people would do that if we lit it?
I do.
Do you think
Um,
is that a safe alternative, safe thing for like women walking there at night? I mean, it's just a big track. You get lost over in the corners.
We're going to keep an eye on you now, Eddie.
Well, I
No,
don't think that it's necessarily, it's not even at night. Well, I mean, it's when it's dark, but pretty soon it's going to be dark at 4:30. So
Right.
it's people that are getting out of work that still want to exercise and they can't. So from November 1 until it's light again, whenever that is, April or March, they can't walk anymore when they get home from work. So when it's still early in the day, it's not late at night, but I don't know. And
Well,
and if the court is lit, there's still going to be a lot of people down there in the park.
I think the point is if we're going to have lights at night and we're going to have the park open when it's later, you just may end up with people that drop their kids to play hoops and they want to walk the track.
Right.
So I don't think it's a bad, I think that's kind of a good project for us for CIP.
It'd be nice if we could somehow combine it and light the field.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well-
agree, Ed.
The poles have them do maybe a little taller around that near the soccer field than the other areas. I don't know. I just throw it out there.
Yeah, I think so. And that's, that's what we talked about at our last meeting too, was, I don't think we'd need a lot of lights to light up that area of the track. But we could get a twofer if we're lighting up the baseball field too.
Yeah. You'd
Because
probably
we
go on
have
the
those
outside.
boxes over there.
You'd go on the outside of the track, right? With the lights, not on the
Yeah.
inside.
I
We
don't know.
probably need an engineer to lay it out,
Right.
a lighting engineer, because you need a lot of wide spread so you have less poles. We want what Mike is talking about. I don't think we want, I guess you could do like the parking lot lights, but the higher you go with a pole, the more light dispersion you have.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We can't use the poles that the fence is on, can we? Because those are they're not set on big bases.
No, I don't think you get it. I don't think you'd want to anyhow, because it'd be, you're having electricity on those poles and shock danger, and we don't want to.
We can electrify the whole fence.
Exactly. That'll keep
Be like one of
everybody
those World War II movies. It's a terrible thing to say. Never mind. Let's move on.
Actually, though, that's the problem. That's why they don't let you put lighting on stuff.
No, I
like
know.
that.
I know that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like this idea.
Yeah.
I could see maybe 4 poles around the back the size of the ones in the parking lot, and that might do it. That
It
just
might be
do it.
good for the kids might be able to play a lot longer than otherwise. It may not be perfect, but it might really get you almost all the way there.
I
I
think
don't know. Bill, what do you think?
What about the double-headed lights? You know, one goes one direction, one goes the other one direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to need an engineer to lay it out to make
Yeah,
it make the most sense. But those lights in the parking lot are cut off. I think if we did lights in the back for the walking path, we wouldn't make them cut off. We'd make them floods, so they'd flood out into the fields a little bit.
yeah.
So it wouldn't be like sports lighting, but it would be a lot more than what's
Right.
there now.
Right. That's what I was kind of getting at.
Yeah, it would help.
Those road lights are perfect. They're
I know.
like spaced exactly, and they light up the road perfectly. It is just, I'm amazed at that.
Yeah, those are good
Yeah,
lights.
they really do. And they light up more than just the road. It goes, it spreads out a little bit into the park too, which is really nice.
Mhm.
Good.
So, so for next year for CIP, I think we're asking for the pickleball court because they took that out. So we're going to ask for that again.
In
but-
place of volleyball.
Right. Right. But
Okay.
then we can figure out how much it would be if we ask Carl to, to draw up something for additional lights in the field. We'll see how these go, and then we can look at that.
The guys that did the photometrics for the basketball and volleyball and playground there, I could have them do the same thing again. That's
Okay.
great. So I'll ask them to do that.
Okay. Then we can at least get a feel for how much that's going to be.
Yeah. I'm thinking if we're talking about $40,000 to do what we're doing right now, that's probably about what we're talking about. Maybe $50,000. That's not a whole lot of money.
Right. Okay.
Now you got a lit. Now the place is lit.
Right.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. We think about that for nights when you have music in the park.
I know. I know. It'll be great.
Oh my God.
Just
I-
having the lights that we're having installed, those lights alone is going to make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Is there a way we can make those strobe?
Tie him into the music.
That would
Colored,
be good.
colored and strobe.
Psychedelic night.
Yeah, I like that.
BYOD. Bring your own drugs.
Bring your own mushrooms. I all of a sudden have this great, picture in my mind of the back of that field being lit up just enough to walk it. I think we should go for that. We're never going to be able to pay for field lighting for a while.
I know.
And it would be
Maybe-
great to do the field lighting, but I think we could do this now with a reasonable amount of money and make that field really viable.
Well, maybe all these lights, any future lighting, we just make it, spread out as much as possible to cover the field.
Yeah. Yeah, so when we do sports lights, those are going to be 40-foot poles. Those will be up there, or 30-foot at least. When you're going to have real lights to light up a ball field.
Right.
What's the basketball court ones we're doing now?
20s. They're just like the parking lot lights.
20s.
Yeah. But they're like Billy said, they're, each one's a double head. So there's 4 double heads on hoops and 2 double heads on volleyball and a single head for the swing sets. But it ends up being a lot of light. It's like 32 foot candles a square inch. That's a lot of light. That's like desk light in an office. So it's going to be fun.
It's brighter than the headlights that they're using right now.
Safer too, because it's downlight. You're not looking into a headlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's. So definitely you want to do pickleball next year, but maybe the year after that we should try and do those rear parking lot lights. I mean, those rear park lights.
Okay.
I'll get a price on it. I will send myself an email to remember to ask somebody.
Mike Iacampo just joined. Hey, Mike.
Hi, sorry I'm a little late. Still at work.
That's okay.
All
How you
right.
doing?
All right, how are you?
Good.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Did anybody bring in food?
Nice talking to you, Mike.
We got to get these meetings catered.
Oh.
Be a lot of Uber Eats.
Mike, we were just talking about River Road. Our lighting project starts tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, DPW will be down there tomorrow. They start digging.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a camera.
All right, what do you think? I hate to bust Mike Stones, but are we done?
I think we are. I don't have anything else for you guys.
Does Mike have anything to say?
You don't want to know what I've got to say.
All right.
Mike, you're gonna stay on with Ed, and Ed's gonna brief you the whole meeting, right, Ed?
Okay. He only yells at me. That's it. That's all I get. Yelling.
You probably deserve
Don't
it.
yell at anybody. Not here.
All right, you guys. So I will be texting you all pictures of our progress that DPW is making starting tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I'll let you know.
All
If
right.
any of you want to stop down and take a look at it, I think they're going to be down there at 7:30 or 8 tomorrow.
Okay.
But they'll be down there every day.
All right.
All right?
This was the best meeting ever.
You're welcome, Mike.
Very brief. And it'd be great to post some of those pictures of them digging and stuff, but make sure you take pictures that OSHA would approve of.
Okay.
Don't get anybody in trouble.
I won't.
Was I on mute this whole time? This is fantastic.
No, we
No.
heard you.
No, we heard every word you said.
I haven't done a Zoom meeting from my phone before. This is new.
Is that a rotary phone, Mike?
Yes. It's actually an iPhone 11. I'm with the times almost.
Wow. Are you calling us from outer space?
I went from a 7 to 11. Thank you to T-Mobile. The only problem is I got to be in a major city for it to work.
I'm doing my meeting with this.
Nice.
So that's
It's hard to see you on the screen though.
It's
Mike,
funny.
how are you going to see all the pictures I'm going to start sending?
Trust me, when you send me multimedia, it's like an hour on this thing trying to get it to open.
All right, I'll
It
email
clogs,
them
it
too.
clogs it up.
I'll leave you out of the
Like,
text
oh,
and I'll
not
email.
again. Yeah, email me would be better.
I'll email you. I'll leave you off the text.
Actually, not even me, it's Laura, but
All right.
But
You
you
guys have a
you get your email off of Laura's iPad.
hey, I was born in the 50s, so
There's nothing wrong with me. I think we were all, except for that young lady, born in the 50s.
I was not.
I was not.
I really liked Happy Days when I was growing up.
Wow. I did too, but I think I was an adult in high school. All right,
All
I'm
right.
going to bed.
Yep. All right, you guys.
Folks.
Good to see you
All right.
all.
Take
thanks.
care,
Thank
everybody.
you. Take care.
Take care.
See you in a month.
Bye.